Hello, I'm Justin May with the Dixie Law Group. So today we're talking about what do we usually see with neck injuries in car wreck cases. This is obviously the human spine. You have your cervical, your thoracic, and your lumbar region. What happens in a car wreck, especially a rear ender usually, so you're moving forward and then someone hits you from behind. This will make your body go this way, but then that energy will whip back. So it puts a ton of pressure on all of this area of your back. Usually people that have a serious injury like this or neck type injury, they'll end up with what's called radiculopathy, which is where your hands and feet go numb. But the most common injury is usually some kind of extension flexion injury is what it's called whenever you have whiplash of the upper cervical spine and the thoracic spine. But also you can have herniated discs, and that's these little jelly donuts in between here, and they can slide over. So if they slide over like that, that's a herniation, and then there's different degrees of herniation. That is the most common kind of neck injury that we see due to the impact. Now, there are other types of injuries too. That's more for a rear ender impact, which is the most common, but you also have T-bone impacts, and that's where your spine's obviously gonna go like this, right? And then also obviously head-on collisions, but usually everything's usually hurt in a head-on collision, not just their back. But that's the most common types of injuries we see with a neck, and Steve the Spine here is always handy to help us whenever we go to trial to explain that to a jury. A question people always want to know is how do you prove that the injury came from the wreck and not a pre-existing condition? I think more of the question on the table in this situation is, I got rear-ended by a car, I've had back problems before, I was stable, now my legs are numb again and it's hard to move and walk. You have to go to the doctor, tell them what happened, tell them the truth about your prior injury, and then we have to figure out how different is it? How is it affecting your life? And really, that's what a jury's for. Because in Kentucky, we actually have phenomenal pre-existing injury law. So we have a pre-existing condition law. We have very good jury instructions on that they have to pay the full compensation for whatever the injury that was caused that exacerbated the injury that you had. You can't just say, well, my back hurt before and now it hurts worse. We have to get our own expert to say that you got hurt worse because of the wreck. But a lot of it comes down to, did you treat? Did you go to the doctor, and how is it different now than it was before the wreck, and getting that documented? That's the best way to prove whether a pre-existing injury was exacerbated or a new injury was caused by a car wreck. The common mistakes people make when they're pursuing a neck injury claim is thinking that it'll go away. They think, well, my neck's hurt before. I've gone to Kentucky Kingdom, I've gone to Kings Island, I've gotten on a roller coaster, it jostled me around, and my neck hurt, and 2 weeks later, I was fine. I promise you that a 2-ton vehicle is not hitting you at 40 miles an hour or whatever is not the same as being jostled around or having a backache here and there. The thing that people mess up is they think it'll go away, so they create a gap in treatment. The longer you wait, the less your claim will be valued at by the insurance folks. Someone should choose Dixie Law Group to represent them for their neck injury because we've done it a lot and done it extremely successfully for many, many, many clients. We've had several clients that had the pre-existing issue that we talked about where they had a neck injury and now they really couldn't do all the things they could do before. And we documented that to demonstrate that, and we talked to doctors and they went to the doctor and we talked to those doctors, and we built all that together to create a case that was compelling for the insurance folks that then got that case settled. Because really, while I talk about jury verdicts and all this stuff, that's fine, and we're happy to go do that for folks. It's better if we can get your case settled than if we have to go ask 12 strangers if they will award money for your pain and suffering. I'd rather the insurance company know that 12 strangers would do that versus think they might not. And the way they will know they'll do it is if you get the right evidence in place early on and hire the right law firm that knows what they're doing. If you're in a car wreck and your neck's all messed up, give us a call today. We've done it. We're here to help you.